Okay, so as I was mentioning, my name is Lucrecia Krause, and I have a 15 plus years of experience working in projects and process improvement, also implementing improvements using Six Sigma. And with the Six Sigma also hand in hand using the business architecture. So what I'm going to start in this presentation is I'm going to give you the definition of the what is the business architecture. The source that I'm using is the Wikipedia, but business architecture is a discipline that helps the organizations have different views when they are working on the strategy, and is when they are when they want to know who is our customers, who is our who is in our organization, who is the one that is in charge of doing specific tasks. Then how we have different layers of the why is that we are doing certain tasks, or when is that we are what is the purpose, what are the different products that we have. Then we have the how is that we are implementing the strategies, where we have process flows, for example. So the business architecture is giving all these different layers. How is that we are carrying the strategies. So what I'm going to be exploring in this presentation, as we are answering these questions, as the business architecture is the one that is helping us answer these questions: the who, where, why, how well, when, and why. So we just have 20 minutes here. So what I'm going to be presenting is 3 areas that we can use Power BI to support the business architecture activities in the organization. So the ones that I'm going to be exploring is the first one is the who, then the how, and the where. When we are trying to answer the first question, that is the who, if we are talking about who, about the employees or the organization, a good start is the organizational chart. Organizational charts give us the hierarchies, who is reporting to who. But the thing is that with Power BI, is really powerful if we can have the organizational chart as we can not only create the hierarchies, but we can also start adding extra layers into the organizational chart, as all the data is going to live in we can have a model where we can integrate not just the organizational chart, but we can say this particular department is carrying these certain activities, and we can have the KPIs and metrics, everything tied into the organizational chart. So in Power BI, we have standard visuals that come already in Power BI, but this particular, the organizational chart, is not a standard one. So for this, we will need to import. It is about 6 different organizational charts that you can import in Power BI. After I'm done with the presentation, I'm going to walk you through how you can import these extra visuals. But for this particular one, the organizational chart is by the company that is called MAQ. The requirements to create our organizational chart is that we will need to import a file, and then this file will need to have the employee ID. Then it will, at the minimum, it will need employee ID, the name, the job title, the manager. You can also add department or branch, but it's really important that you can establish the hierarchy, and that is done by associating the employee with the manager and the department. And then the visualization that you are going to be selecting is you just type organizational chart, and the one that I pick for this example is the one that is called MAQ, and I will show you later how is that done. So once that we already import the chart, you are going to double click in this new icon. That's the organizational chart. And then like right here, I did a print screen of how the log looks like. So it's the employee number, employee name, then the title of the job of that particular employee, then the department that they report to, and the manager. The manager is the one that is creating the strategy. And then in the chart, in the visuals, the ID is going to be the employee ID, and then you configure the main level is the job level, and then the sub level. But the one that is creating the hierarchy is the manager. And then this is how it looks. It is going to map everything into the hierarchy, but by having the visual in the hierarchy, you can start configuring, adding like what number of employees, or different shifts that they are in, or you can start applying the volumes that each department is working on. So it's a visual that is really helpful, and especially by creating the hierarchy, it allows you to have many other layers of the visuals that you can create for that particular organization. Then on the how, so we have the structure of who are the people, but then what is the activities, or how is that we are carrying work? Usually the organizations can have a flow chart in Visio, for example, where you are going to have very straightforward, like you have a department that is taking orders, for example. So then you are going to have a customer browse the products. They maybe call the department, they call to get more information, and then they purchase an item, for example. When you just have that flat view in Visio, you just know certain steps. But what Power BI can add in this particular graph that I'm going to show you is you are going to be able to do what is called the process mining. In the process mining, you can have a log of activities, and then when you run it through these processes, you are going to actually build the actual process, not the one that is in the Visio, but you are going to be able to see how the activities are happening. And that's where the Six Sigma comes into play, that you are going to be able to have a visibility, and you can check for variances, how the process is behaving. Let's say that a particular product, you are getting unusual inquiries. So you can explore, not just at the level of, yes, we are getting 100% more calls, but you can drill down and explore why is that is happening. A very powerful visual is called the process mining by the company PathNow. And for this one, for this particular visual, you will also need an activity log. The activity, at the minimum, you will need an activity ID. Then the who is performing the activity, or who or the customer that it is, then the start and end timestamp. The visualization is also another one that you will need to import, as it's not a standard one, but is free. And here is how this is a log file. So in this one, we have a start date, start time, end date, end time, and then we have the activity detail. And then I'm going to show in more detail when I walk you through. Here it looks little, but what it does, it converts from a log, it converts into the actual process flow. And in the process, you are able to analyze what is really going on, and you are able to see the variance, or if it's taking too long, or also you are able to compare your initial or the baseline process. And then you can also check if something is out of the ordinary, and how you can improve. And I'm going to go into more detail about this. Then for the where, is different case scenarios that we can use, because we can map where is that we have presence, where we have locations, and it's a nice visuals that you can picture into the geography, where your employees are, or where your customers or where the purchases are coming from. It's a combination of map visuals, is some that are already included in Power BI, and there is some others that you can also import. The one that I have for this particular example is the film, the one that is called the film map, but is about 15 different maps that you can pick. You just need what is that you are mapping, and a location. This one is very straightforward. The log file looks something like this. In this case, I'm doing an example of the employee ID with the where is that they are located, and this is how the visual is going to look like. Is automatically filling the where is that they are located, and it is really friendly to use, and you can change the colors or the
5 minutes to go.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so what so that's the three visuals that we can use to support business architecture. Now I'm going to switch into how is that you can import the visuals into Power BI. So you will go into the ellipsis, and then you double click right here. And then you can import from a file. As I was mentioning, some are free and some others you can purchase. If your organization already purchased a file, you can double click here and import from a file. If you already have a file, or you can get more visuals from the marketplace. And the two first examples that I was mentioning, that's from where they were coming from. Since we just have 5 more minutes to go, I'm going to show you the process mining one. That one comes with instructions also. So you just put process mining. As you can see, is different organizations. The one that I'm using is the one from PathNow. You click right here, and then here they have examples of the different variants. Everything will come. You are not graphing anything. All of this is done automatically from the log files that you have. So as you can see, it will have the red flags. Like the green that you see here is the expected process, but anything that is out of the ordinary, the variance is going to be shown in red. And is really helpful. You can compare like different scenarios, or how your process is changing from year to year, or from week to week. Is all depending on the data that you are feeding into the graphs. And you just click it right here, and then this is how it's going to look like. I'm going to, I already have data preloaded here. So you can see from the expected, but then the variance, it already give you the warning. If it's something that is taking so long, it tells you, or if it's something that is out of the ordinary, it will also graph it here. So thank you very much, everyone. Do we have questions from the audience?
I don't see any online questions. Any questions from the audience here? So yeah, I don't see any questions.
Okay, so thank you, everyone. And if you want to connect with me and follow up, or if you have questions, I'm on LinkedIn, Lucrecia Krause. And thank you very much for the opportunity. It was a pleasure to present here. Enjoy the rest of the conference, and thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.